This is a sponsored video that contains products provided without charge by the manufacturer for demonstration purposes. All opinions are my own. Today on HandyDadTV, finally my review of the Cub Cadet ULTIMA ZT1 zero-turn mower coming up. Three months. That's how long I've been waiting for this day. Welcome to HandyDadTV. I'm Chris Hyder, your virtual dad in the cloud, and this is the Cub Cadet ULTIMA ZT1 zero-turn mower. A brand new mower. It just came out the end of last year, so it was delivered to me in January on a pretty cool day, but I did have the opportunity to take it outside and give it a try, and I did an unboxing video on that, and I will put a link to that up here, and you can check that one out. But since then, I've had the opportunity to use it 4 times on my lawn to mow, and it has been such a change from the old days of my lawn tractor. So I've been in this house for 20 years and I've always had a lawn tractor. You know, steering wheel, 42-inch. That's pretty much the size that I could use in my yard. 42-inch is the smallest that you can actually get in this model. So they go 42, 46, 50, and 54. So you can get them much bigger. But 42, like I said, is the biggest that's going to fit through my gate and the biggest that's going to fit in my shed. And so that's what I decided I want. Now, I've got a 14,000 square foot lawn here, so 42-inch is fine for what I use it for. I've lived in this house for 20 years, and I've always done my own lawn, and I've always used a lawn tractor. That is, you know, one that just has a steering wheel and goes forward and doesn't go backwards very well, and it's hard to turn. But it was fine for 20 years, but you've seen me struggle. A lot of you have commented and said, I really need a zero turn for this yard. It's not a tiny yard, but it's not a huge yard either. So the 42-inch Ultima is the perfect size for my 14,000 square feet. So my review is really going to come to you from the perspective of someone who has always used a lawn tractor. It's my first zero turn. I can't give you a comparison to other zero-turn mowers. So if that's what you're looking for, you're going to have to look to other people. But from my perspective, if you're on the fence whether to get another lawn tractor or a zero-turn, this one's going to be useful to you. Okay, the most important thing about your power equipment is going to be the powerhouse itself. This is a 22 horsepower Kohler in this 42-inch unit. The bigger units have different engines, but this one has a 22 horse Kohler. And I gotta say, it's adequately sized for this machine. It never has a problem going up any inclines that I might have here, even with my big butt in the chair. It also doesn't get bogged down in wet grass. I haven't really waited too long to cut it, but it's been fine so far. And it always starts first time, hasn't stalled on me at all. And the exhaust really does cut down on the noise. The blades are way noisier than the engine itself. Another important aspect of a riding tractor is the controls. This is really straightforward, I must say. Now again, I've never driven a zero turn before, but this is really nice. The cockpit on the right hand side has the key to turn it on, the blade engage, and this is your throttle and your choke. That's it, pretty straightforward. It's also got a cup holder and a place to keep your phone if you want. So the difference between a zero turn and a lawn tractor is a lawn tractor has one transmission, and when you push forward on the stick, it engages the transmission, and mine was variable speed, but some of them have clutches and gears. So I'm just speaking from a variable speed perspective. The harder you push it forward, the faster it goes. Pretty straightforward. Same thing here, except a zero turn has two transmissions, one of them on each of the back wheels. This, the further you push it forward, the faster it goes. You pull it back, it goes in reverse. And so between the two of them, that's how you get the zero turn. You can actually turn it on a dime. And I gotta tell you, it took me maybe 2 or 3 mowings to get used to the controls without going too close to the edges, without feeling like I was going to go off the curb by accident. But once I got used to it, it really is not hard at all. It's just like playing a video game in 3 dimensions. The only other control is the cutting height, which is this pedal here lifts the deck, and that enables you to turn this dial, which goes from 4.5 inches all the way down to 1 inch. So I usually mow my lawn on 4 inches. I have turf type tall fescue. 4 inches seems to be the sweet spot where I don't see any clippings. They just kind of disappear in the lawn. And I like this pedal because as my hands are on the controls, if I come across a high spot in the yard, and I do have some bumps from old trees and things like that, I just have to push on this. It raises the deck, and then when I get to the other side, let it down. And I never have to stop. Now, if you know me, you know I love lights, and these lights are LED. You'll never have to change them, and they go on automatically whenever the key is on. One of the other most important aspects of any mower is going to be the cut quality. Well, Cub Cadet is well known for their cut quality. This is a 42-inch stamped steel deck. Now, I know a lot of people are very passionate about fabricated decks being better. On the 42 and the 46-inch, you get a stamped steel deck. Fabricated is one that is welded with multiple pieces of metal, and that is, you get those in the 50 and the 54-inch. But I gotta tell you, I've always had a stamped deck on my lawn tractors, and the cut quality has never been a problem. They lasted a long time, and so I expect this one to last a long time too. And as far as the cut quality itself, I mean, the clippings are so fine that come out of the side of this. When I mow at 4 inches tall, they just disappear in the lawn. You never see them at all. So I really have no complaints whatsoever. The volume of air that it puts out the side is just, it disperses them so well. I mean, the only downside to side discharging is that I've got a lot of gardens here, and so it does blow the clippings kind of all over. But that's really not a problem. I don't see them. They're so fine and so small. One of the things you take for granted on a lawnmower is the size of the gas tank. I've got a pretty big yard, so you want to make sure you can have enough fuel to do the whole yard, right? This one is huge. It holds about 3 gallons. And I got to tell you, if you've ever had a mower like the Time Master that has a small gas tank, yeah, it's really frustrating. I can barely get my whole yard done with the Time Master on one fill. It's just such a pain in the neck. This one, filled it in the beginning of the season. I've mowed 4 times, and I'm going to mow again today. If you're going to enjoy the mow, you got to enjoy the mower. So if you're in the market for a zero turn this season, make sure you check out the Cub Cadet ULTIMA ZT1. Love that mower.